Welcome back. Once again, I'm your humble and gracious host, Malik Forte, and we're super excited to be joined by one of the best Lucios in Overwatch League, busting out that Batiste today. Everybody give it up for the Los Angeles Gladiators' very own BigGoose in the building.
Thank you, thank you.
Woo. Welcome to the show, BigGoose. I love that the crowd joined it. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right, so first, before we get into anything, for those who don't know out there, where did you get your name from, BigGoose?
It's just you have my last name, and in Finnish it like means big, and then you change one letter, it just comes BigGoose, and that's it.
That's very interesting, actually. All right, so speaking of names, right now a lot of people are saying that the LA Gladiators are kind of establishing what the meta is because you guys had the most time to practice. So I'm going to make kind of a judgment ruling right here, and I'm going to let you name the meta real quick. So if you could name the meta anything, what would you call it?
Goats.
Yeah, these go boats or something. Baptiste goats. I call it boats.
Just goats.
Just
All right,
goats.
but
All right,
no,
then.
please goats.
What do you guys have the call out for, like the Bastion Batiste kind of comps? Like, what do the pros call that? Is there a name for it yet?
I think we just call it bunker comp
Bunker.
or Risa comp. That's like the only viable Risa
Right,
comp.
right. Yeah.
Bunker. All right, so how are you enjoying playing this current meta on Lucio? Because of course we know Lucio had his speed boost declined a little bit, but he got the more, I guess, consistent boops. How are you liking these changes?
I like the changes, kind of. Of course, you are a little slower, but like doesn't matter. It's always fun playing goats. 3-3. You get
Yeah.
the boop Rhines around. That's fun.
Is this your favorite meta that you've played so far at Lucio?
I think so. You get to have the biggest impact of all metas so far on main
Yeah, yeah.
support.
All right, I've got an important question, okay? So prepare yourself mentally for this, all right? I'm not joking, okay? What does it feel like to play against your former teammate Fisher?
Ooh,
I
spicy.
think it's always interesting. Like it's like if I was playing against Houston or like Philly, if you have Fraggy or Lynx are playing.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
it's just fun, I guess. But it's like no different from any other match.
Okay, how did the revenge taste today?
It is what it is.
It is what it
Oh,
is.
there
It's
is
just
day in the
that.
office.
Oh, my
Just-
goodness.
Just another win.
Just another win. I like it. I like
The
it.
attitude of a winner. A man who's never tasted defeat. Big Goose. Even when his team loses, he still wins.
That's how it goes. Now, I heard that you're actually currently taking Korean classes. Is that something your team, is that mandatory for your team? Or you just decided like that's a good thing to have in the back pocket, maybe to talk to some of your teammates?
It's always fun fooling around with Koreans, throwing a few words here and there. But I found the Korean language just like interesting.
Is it hard for you to learn? I mean, you learned Finnish, one of the arguably hardest languages out
Yeah,
there.
but presumably was like a very small child.
Right?
Still,
Native tongue.
if you master like a harder language, like how do you rate Korean in terms of difficulty?
I can't really say that for sure. Korean for me is easier than me learning Swedish.
Okay.
Because it's just about if you enjoy practicing it, it's
Yeah.
easy.
Can we get
Not
a
saying it's
preview?
easy,
Do you have
Sorry?
something? Can we get a preview of you speaking Korean?
I can't come up with anything right now.
Just say, what was it?
감사합니다.
Bren is a bad analyst.
Yeah, I'm not repeating that.
It's too hard. No,
is
I'm
too
not
hard.
there yet. I'm not there
How do you
yet.
say thank you in Korean? I learned this.
감사합니다.
Kamsamnida. It's the only thing you need.
I knew that.
Yeah.
You're going
pretty
out
good.
to the lemonade stores in Cape Town.
All right, Big Goose. We have kind of been bigging up your team, the Gladiators. We think you're probably one of the best teams coming into Stage 2. Which teams do you respect or fear coming into Stage 2? Which do you think are going to be the best?
I wouldn't say I really fear any teams, but like obviously like respect for their skill. Obviously, I think New York still has like the best ult management like from like every team on the league right now. I think obvious answers are like Vancouver and Shock too, but I think New York is still like at the top from my list.
Okay. Do you think there's any teams that were very good last stage that might not be as good this stage? Like, do you think there's any clear example of a top team that might not perform as well as they did in Stage 1?
I can't really think of any teams like from that side of view, but like if we were to think that teams that didn't do as well last stage but will do better is I think Spark. We learned a lot from Spark,
Right.
practicing these few weeks. So I think Spark is going to show up this stage.
You think now that they can play more DPS and stuff like that?
No, I think their like comps are just solid and their understanding of the meta is like really good.
Okay, cool.
Very nice. This guy's media trained. Have you had media training?
Sorry, what?
Have you had media training?
A few here and there. But
Okay.
it's-
I like
It's
it.
natural.
All right, BigGoose. Hopefully you now know about this. we like to do this little thing called rapid fire, where we just throw some rapid fire questions at you, and our guests answer as quickly as they can. You ready?
Sure.
All right, first up, diver goats.
Goats.
The first nickname you ever had.
Benko.
What?
Benko.
What does it mean?
Okay.
Could you translate
Nothing. It's just a nickname.
Oh, okay.
Just a nickname. What do you mean?
That makes sense.
Favorite Giganti teammate?
Chappis?
Ah, solid. What do you call a big goose family gathering?
Bunch of gooses.
Not the big gaggle.
The big gag.
When you and your family are back home for Christmas, you don't call it the big gaggle.
No, it's just a bunch of gooses going around doing their own thing.
All right, Big Goose, fill in the blank. Wild blank chase.
Wild goose?
Yeah.
Okay, fill in the blank. The blank that lays the golden egg.
Goose?
All right, this is a hard one. Duck, duck.
Goose?
Nice.
All right, what about this one? The blank is loose.
Goose?
That one was actually moose. The moose is loose. Classic phrase. But nearly,
Loose
nearly.
is loose. I've never. What?
It's a Canadian phrase, you know.
Or
We'll ask
meese.
the Vancouver Titans later. They'll tell you the moose are always loose.